Hi everyone, I'm Giovanni Rousseau with Petersburg Solution, and I'm here with the beautiful Misty Blanco.
Yes, how are you?
I'm great. So this is, we're currently waiting for artists at the moment. I hear we have a little bit of a tardy issue going on.
A bit.
A
A
bit.
lot of it. What I'm not understanding is they're supposed to be here at 11. What time is it, Christina?
Seems like there's just behind on the other side of the camera.
Yeah, 12:17. It is 12:17, Giovanni. It is 12:17.
Almost 17 minutes.
And my thing is, they paid
The artist paid,
for this showcase.
yes.
They understood that it would be a media process in the beginning,
Right.
which would be a photo shoot, a professional photo shoot being done.
Yeah.
Um, yes, and then we're moving to this part of the media, and then we were supposed to be going into a showcase.
Yes.
For them to be in a reality show.
Mm-hmm.
We're going to be moving artists into a mansion.
Yes.
They can't handle punctuality.
So that's why I thought, I mean, I pay for them position.
Mm-hmm.
It's like, I guess, I guess time, I guess people.
And this is another thing.
Mm-hmm.
And they always want something free.
Mm-hmm.
They always want something free. I don't understand.
I mean, that's what I've been through this before. I did my concert production in the past, and the patience
Christina,
that it takes, just doing this in general. And I think one person said they had an ETA of 2 o'clock, I think.
2 o'clock.
You know,
North Carolina.
Okay.
Okay, now that's but
From
still, even in that sort of sense, if I know I'm coming from out of town and I'm supposed to be at a place at 11 in the morning, wouldn't I do my traveling to make sure that I'm there on time?
Yeah. You would think, I mean, you sign up a week, 2 weeks ago, she's supposed to prep this day and make sure this day clear so you can be here on time.
To include traffic and things of that nature. And, sometimes things happen, we're late. And, an hour might be a little understandable as far as on the extreme side. 3, I'm not quite sure about that.
Because we're also taking them on tour.
Yes, and then that's something else. I mean, if there's anything that being on tour will teach you, it is to be on time for everything.
Everything.
Or there won't be any performance.
Yes.
Or money made in a certain state or city.
Now I know it's supposedly someone who had card for as well. But what do you think? Do you think you should have a backup?
So look, my first show that I did when I was 18, someone did have a car accident. And I don't remember if it was that day or like the day before or something. I remember he had a total car. And I just remember him making it to the show.
Yes. Okay. Okay. No, I'm not
On
saying
the
those
extreme
aspects,
side.
not in the extreme side, but I believe.
Just saying, I was surprised that it happened.
Sometimes I think too, people are so nonchalant about this showcase, not understanding how intense and how important and the big people that we have involved in this. So I feel like a lot of people are casual about their punctuality. Even though they got the affiliates list, everyone knows the affiliates.
Yes.
A Nickelodeon is one of the affiliates.
Yes.
Who else? Dipset. Viacom. Empire. Universal.
Yes.
Of course, Misty TV. I would think I would be somewhere like that one time.
I mean, the thing is that, we have to take all of our opportunities seriously. I mean, you never know, when that one meeting is going to make it. I posted the video of you and Mr. Ray, the other night, and I said, these two have helped make my time in Petersburg fun. Because it can be a bit challenging sometimes. But then again, we met by happenstance.
Yes.
I didn't expect this at all.
Yes. So, who do y'all think on?
And I've been on your side.
Yes.
I mean,
yes.
I could have, easily had any number of things happen. I think the morning we were supposed to have met.
Yes.
Or sent someone else first.
Yes. And you were great, Jamani. You were great. Let's make a guest check. We have 4 people coming today.
Mm-hmm.
Right. I think the person from North Carolina is going to end up here first.
I wouldn't be surprised.
Gonna go. I'm going to go to the person in North Carolina is going to get here first before everybody that lives here in the city. Maybe I'm wrong.
That'll be something.
That would be. What do you think?
I mean, you're probably right. You probably are.
Were you gonna go for somebody here?
I would hope so. I mean, I'm hoping on, that would be like the first pull up.
Okay, so you're gonna go with VA. I'm gonna go with North Carolina. They're gonna pull up first.
Yeah.
And out of the package, I feel like I believe it's a singer coming up from North Carolina. She may come to do her numbers. We're gonna see, but I really believe that. I really believe that.
Let's see. Right now it's looking like the people are going to be able to
Mm-hmm. And we're also moving them in a mansion.
Yes.
Come on.
We just did the tour yesterday. Gorgeous place.
Yes. So how do you feel about the judging part going
now? I mean, I'm excited about it. I've always been one that has tried to, find talent to, help guide them, and this is just the perfect opportunity. And again, I wasn't expecting to do this in Petersburg, so Misty called me and asked to help. Well, here I am, and this is how I feel about the artist. I mean, again, this is Petersburg. This is not a place that tends to have too many opportunities to begin with, and particularly not in media. Not in the industry.
And who knows who might come through this door? Yeah. And we've been discovered the next big thing. Cause and then my thing is us being artists as well. This right here is a great challenge.
Yes.
Being able to maintain your executive side without jumping into your artistry so much. You know what I'm saying? Because as artists, people tend to believe, especially female artists, that we can't work with other artists.
Right.
Or we can't do these things. So I feel as though this is a great challenge for all of us.
It is. I mean, so I'm sitting here calm.
I know, right?
It's definitely a challenge.
You know what else I'm interested to see?
I'm calm. I think maybe like 10 years ago, I probably wouldn't have. I told the story about, the assistant leaving out of the door and with her food and coming back. I was calling. I was, where did you go? And she comes back with food, and here, give it to me. Started eating in front of her.
You know what else I'm going to be interested to see? Who's not going to do the personality test?
You mean who missed the assignment, who didn't read and had to be done? Refusing? Okay, that's a pretty lazy. Don't know the reason why that would happen, but it wouldn't surprise me.
You know, think about it. Do y'all think everybody's going to do it?
I would think some people refuse it, knowing why, because they probably think they don't want you to know too much about them.
I think the ones who would refuse it would be because they just don't think it's necessary. And, you know, they're like, I just came to perform. This is all that you need.
Yeah.
But see, it won't be today.
That test.
It won't be today. We for those who we choose to pick to go further into this process.
Yes.
The personality test, I bring that up because it's needed. When it comes to us as artists, I feel as though even when you're choosing managers and you're building your team around you, you need to have a profile of yourself so people know how to communicate with you. They need to know your personalities. And then again, I don't want a predator amongst us mentally, because you got Jeffrey Dahmer type people out there too, right?
Yeah, that's true.
They still live, right?
Yes.
I'm just saying. So I just want to make sure that this right here is needed. And then this is something that I would like to bring to the industry more in the forefront
Yes.
of understanding the artist, understanding the individual.
A lot of time gets spent in just trying to learn how to interact with some people, learning how to read them. I know this from experience. And so if you have the profile in front of you, it cuts down on a lot of time.
Yes.
I work with people that, you know, took like half the year to figure it out, and by then, you know, they don't want to do it anymore.
Mm-hmm. So also I want to see how many excuses they come up with for their lateness.
You know, I have a story, but man, I totally slipped me. That's the first one. It slipped me out. You know, I totally forgot it was today.
Somebody said that. Somebody told us that, Giovanni, that they forgot today.
So you pay your money, you put the date on your calendar.
I mean, I'm thinking, I just missed,
Oh.
I missed like a Zoom call yesterday, but that's not something that I spent money on.
Exactly.
You know, like those are the things where I stop what I'm doing. I go through my calendar literally all day to make sure I don't miss things, particularly things that I'm paying for. If I don't remember anything else, I'm gonna remember that.
So let's stay tuned and see what happens.
I'm excited. I'll be more excited. You know, folks get here a little bit quicker.
Yes, it's. You hit the clock. But the grace
I'm just laughing at how peaceful that we all are
in waiting
with this going on. I mean, you know what could be happening right now?
Right now?
I mean, you know, like there's a glass door, nothing's gone through it. You know, we're not going to go all there, but you know.
But then if you push them more to.
We've all been, our decibels have been low.
So.
No one's been yelled at on the phone.
You know?
Yeah, how about it?
Yeah. So I'm gonna go attend to Legend. Because you know Legend is calling me. I hear him over there. He's moving around, he's making his presence known, moving around. And I guess I'll let the guys talk for a second about this.
Okay.
Alright.
So,
how are you feeling about the day?
I'm just here, like, you know, we just watching how these people playing with themselves and playing with their careers and playing with their money, you know?
Yeah. The other thing is that just because it's Petersburg, I mean, again, never underestimate.
Right.
I mean, like some of the best work that I've had, the majority of the last like 10 years has been after I left like downtown DC areas that people would have turned their nose up in. But, you know, again, people have shown up.
Right.
You know, I took those opportunities. And I think it would be in other people's interest to do the same.
Yeah, I mean, I think this is a beautiful opportunity for, you know, a lot of upcoming artists. You know, media-wise, and best place to actually, you know, work in your craft.
Right.
You know, you getting from Goldmouth is her herself. You know?
Right.
So, you know, and she's been working with a lot of people that teach her a lot. You know what I mean? So she got a lot to give. I'm out to teach.
And what did I say? When we first met in Richmond, I said that anytime I see Misty, I said, you're here in Virginia.
Right.
You could be anywhere else in the world.
Right.
And I appreciate it, being in Central Virginia. I said, it's always a surprise, a pleasant surprise when I see her.
Right.
And so when I'm called, I generally, I think I've answered about every call except for like one.
Okay.
Because, I know that it's important, there's, again, other things, other places that she could be versus being down here.
Definitely. She was here before, and obviously she's seen something that could really bring out the best out of Petersburg. So, I'm all for it. I'm just want to see the talent. I want to see this out here.
Yeah. So now, how would you handle your schedule if, say, I don't know, you had something going on in the morning, and you thought you might be late or possibly miss it? How would you have handled this versus what we're experiencing now as an artist?
Me personally, this would be like, say, I bought a ticket to go to a party. I make sure I got my outfit right. Make sure I got my hair done 2 days, 3 days before. So everything would be scripted, planned it out. So I don't think I would make anything come between me and disappointment at this time, especially if I want money.
Yeah.
75 hours ain't really easy to come by just throw out there like that. You know what I mean? So 75.
Yeah. Even still, the closest thing you might have is in Richmond, but I've been here for a few years, and we don't see too many opportunities. I skim through Eventbrite, Facebook events. We don't have these things coming to Petersburg.
Yeah.
This is why I'm sitting here now, because I've been wanting to have, something interesting coming around here.
Yes.
Yes.
I don't get it. I don't understand. And I feel as though this is something that they should be. Where they should be. This is the moment where we get to see who the stars are, right?
Yeah.
We get to see who was booming. Like, look at.
And we get to see how people's work ethic is. And, your attendance and timeliness is also a part of your work ethic.
And constructive criticism.
Yes, whether they're able to take it. Because you shouldn't show up to something like this, an hour plus late and, expect like a big hug coming through.
And that's what they're expecting.
People's like, get on.
You know why? Because they feel as though their music is great, which it very well may be. But if your work ethic doesn't match the quality of your music, then
that's the thing about, having to work, twice as hard, half as much. And that can go for more than just income. That can go for an area like coming out of Petersburg. You are going to have to do more.
yes.
So for me to see things that are happening here, and don't I know, for trying to break out of this area, doing anything, it's been a lot of work.
Yes.
Much more than what I'm used to.
Yes.
And so, the people who are coming obviously have to, they
I'm
have
so
to realize
excited
it.
for tonight.
I am too.
For the show part.
You got a gorgeous location.
Thank you.
Good artists. I know that,
I haven't even heard any of them yet. They better be fire. They want to go on tour.
Yeah, gotta come with that.
But not only their music, but what if the ones we do decide to pick for the boot camp? They gotta be ready. I'm trying to move some people in this mansion.
Yeah, it's gonna be a beautiful experience.
And look, and that's on our dime.
Yes.
So if you're messing up on your dime, I don't know if I'm gonna want to put my dime up this mansion.
Yeah. There are people who would happily come early to be in said mansion.
Yes, they have to show me that we can go into the Misty TV bank account, my funds, and spend my money, the Blackanese tribe money, on artists to be in a mansion and to further their careers. This is the beginning point. Like, whatever you do in your career says a lot to the executive.
Yes.
Like I always say, if you were sitting with Jay-Z and he says, what did you put into your career? And a lot of them don't know. He could be at the end of this whole tour.
Mm-hmm.
Who knows who's watching?
Right.
Oh,
Didn't I just say that? Didn't I just say that this was being filmed yesterday? I forgot. And I said,
yes,
what am I saying? I'm like, you're not invisible. Always realize people are watching. I tell everyone I know this.
Yes, so if they say, what have you put into yourself? Number one thing, I want to a bunch of free things, so you're scared to spend money on yourself.
Okay.
Right?
That
so you want me to spend my money on you and you won't spend your money on you.
Yeah.
That's another thing. I hope everybody caught that.
Yes.
Number two thing, you did spend your money on you, but then you played with your own money. So that means if I pay for studio time, if I pay for a video shoot, if I spend all this money for this mansion for you to move in, you're gonna mess over my dime. You're not gonna come on time to the studio. Okay? Next thing is you're gonna mess up this beautiful mansion because it's not your money. But
didn't we just finish talking about, the money that's being put into that place and how they didn't want anyone to tear it up in here? But again, if it's not their dime, what difference does it make?
And then is their dime now? What difference does it make? If you can say, okay, I can mess over $100, that's 100 number ones right now, $1 bills. So if you can mess up over 100 $1 bills, then you're gonna mess up my $1 million bills that I plan to put into the show, artists, and really roll a certain type of artist up to be the megastar inside and out. To where there's no question, there's no things to where not really speaking on, you won't have any cases like when we try to keep them down as R. Kelly's or anything like that. We would have more of a profile of this individual. And let's see what we can do in the industry that way. Versus we get talented artists.
Right.
And we don't know nothing. And then after a while, like I was passing out on TV, people not understanding either this person is passionate or this person is crazy. Right. We need to know the difference, So, I'm just noticing. This is what executives look for.
Yeah.
So if you messing with your own money,
you ain't ready yet. Whatever you're not ready yet, you're ready to mess up a whole lot more money.
What if they didn't even know that Jay was here or something?
Like I said, you never know. You never know.
You know what I'm saying? And then it's like, okay, boom, they're gonna run. This is the beginning. Like, nobody knows what last night what role that got open for a certain artist that will get involved in this, right? So this is your beginning story to who you are. And I'm sorry, when they get into boot camp, there will be elimination processes, and who knows what we do with the attorneys.
Yeah.
I mean, in any other environment, that is something that gets addressed. That is something that people get punished for. So why wouldn't it here?
Now, I bank on somebody getting here first from North Carolina. What time is it?
12:41.
Nobody's here yet from Virginia.
Virginia, man. Wow. start
Prove
pulling
me
up.
wrong.
Pulling for you, Virginia.
Prove me wrong. So now,
If anything, I thought about my stance. I should go to Virginia because it's technically like my job.
but check this. This person paid for their showcase. They probably got a rental. And then they paid for gas. And they have to pay for their eating. So they came up more money.
Yeah.
So this is why an executive will give the leeway of you being late.
Right.
Because you had to come out of more money to get here. Now, what about the ones that are here?
We did have somebody coming from Virginia that lives 3 hours away in Virginia.
In Virginia, I'm banking on the person coming from North Carolina that's going to get here first before the people here in the whole state of Virginia. Am I being hard? No, you're not saying that. I just bank on, that's like me coming from Jersey. It's a showcase in Jersey.
Mm-hmm.
And you know, there's places in Jersey that's 3 hours, 4 hours away,
Yes.
5 hours away. And I, pardon me, no COVID. A little smoker's cough. And I bank on somebody coming from Virginia first.
To Jersey.
How far is North Carolina?
2 hours. They come from 2 hours away.
But
It's
still.
still.
They all messed up.
That's what I'm saying.
Because 11 o'clock is the same in Virginia as it is in North Carolina.
And if I'm banking on somebody still coming from a different state than their own state.
Oh man, it's not gonna look
I mean,
good.
so I'll say, you know, I'm not from here, and so I'm from DC. It's 2 hours away, and occasionally traffic can, you know, it could vary between 2 hours. No, it might be 4. You know, today to get back up there, and so you know, sometimes I do things back and forth, and knowing how you know this lovely traffic is, you know, I have to work around it. You know, trying to work, and again, for people who are in this area, you know, the number of opportunities tend to be few and far between, and so when they happen, this is why I say when Misty calls, I answer. You know,
Am I being harsh?
I don't think so. I mean, I in my head have the images of the media people I know who would have things broken in the floor by now. That's why I'm laughing.
I'm feeling so upset right now, right? So we're gonna come back and see who comes here first. Be the first solution.
Yes. So we will be back, hopefully, with an artist with us next time around.
I'm going with North Carolina.
I'm
Come on, y'all jump in. Come on, everybody, please. You said Virginia, they gonna come?
Yeah, I'm keeping my fingers crossed. I got you. We got there. I'm keen to see y'all. I want to see y'all, man. Roll out. Pull out.
North Carolina, I think they're gonna pull up first.
I'm gonna try to go with Virginia, and come on, this is my whole new home state. Don't let me down.
So we'll be
Don't
back.
send me back where I came from.
So we'll be back.
Yes, we'll be back.